Well, I still don't have enough snow to go snowmobiling, but there is way too much snow to go out on the mini bikes. So I am going to work on this small engine today. Sickening sound. It's the Hisun 196cc that came off of the Rat Rod Minibike. I'm going to be taking the parts that I took off of the Powerfist that are all brand new. I never even started that engine up before I modded it. I just assumed it would run, and it did, so everything's fine. But I have a whole bunch of brand new parts that will probably make this engine work a whole lot better. It does run. I got it going, but I think it had a really hard end of life. I suspect it was left outside for a while because everything was just gummed up and it looked like it had been rained on for, weeks, months, or even years. So let's see if we can get this thing going today with all the parts we have on hand. I mean, what else are we saving them for, right? I've got everything stripped off now, but before I start putting it back together, I want to take a look and see what the inside looks like. I mean, it's pretty dirty on the outside. I'm hoping everything's nice and clean inside, but I'll be looking for signs of, poor maintenance or if water has gotten in. Take a look in these holes here as well with the flashlight, see if we can get some idea. Hoping everything's good, but it might not be. It's better to know sooner than to put a whole bunch of work into putting it back together, only to find out it's kind of junk on the inside. So, I don't know. Fingers crossed. Let's see what we can find out. Moment of truth. What do we got here? Okay. Okay. Looks okay in the exhaust port. That soot is pretty sludgy. Seems like there's a lot of oil getting through in the exhaust or getting burnt. I don't know. Maybe there are problems with this engine, but still can't really tell. Top end was fine. Nothing's broken here, so like the valves are working okay. I guess we'll kind of keep digging and see what comes up. So over on the intake side, everything looks pretty good too. It's clean, no sign of water or, bad fuel. And everything, looks to be intact. No chips, no cracks. I think we're good. I pulled the spark plug out and it's not the greatest. A lot of black buildup on the electrode, in the ground, I guess. I don't know. We'll take a look inside the cylinder through the spark plug hole and see what that looks like in there. Basically just looking for no signs of damage. I hope that by putting all these new exhaust and intake parts on in the fresh gas tank, we'll take care of any, grossness that was getting in there. All right, well, I guess we're kind of going all the way with this here now. Looks pretty nasty inside the cylinder. Couldn't really get a good angle to take any video of it, but I want to see what the rest of the engine looks like before continuing on with this. So I'm going to drop the oil and open it up the rest of the way. So just watching it drain out here, and the oil looks like it could be a bit shiny. Don't know if there's actually some metal in there or not, but this is why we're opening it up. I just want to be sure before I bother putting in the work. Like I said, it was running, but it wasn't running great, so it could just be junk. I don't think it is, but I want to find out. All right, so it's time to take a look inside. Let's take these bolts out. Hopefully we don't snap them. Sickening sound. Okay, I think we're good. I'll run them out with the Okay. Nothing broke. Might not be out yet. Just the dowel pins. Pulling them in now. There we go. After a bit of persuasion from a rubber mallet, I got the head off. Again, everything's kind of okay looking. There's that same oily, sooty junk that was in the exhaust valve, the exhaust port before. So I don't know, probably run with something disgusting in it. Maybe it's when I had it going before. Everything looks fine. Where like the push rods go in, you can see like the oil galleries and whatnot. The lifters in there. No sign of damage or anything, so it's probably fine. So everything's pretty dirty in there. The oil looks gross still. I had changed it out for fresh oil. You can kind of see a line of filth there. I believe when I first got it, it was full of water. I seem to recall draining it and having just like a ton of water come out, so that's not good. But all in all, it seems fine. I'm gonna sort of go through it and make sure everything spins freely, everything turns. Honestly, I might just take the governor out while I'm in here anyway. We'll see, but I guess there's nothing obvious other than it's dirty and probably had water in it at some point, but we'll clean all that up and I guess start putting it back together. Well, it's been about a week. The side of the engine is still off. I took out the governor in the last couple of days, and I have the gasket finally. It arrived. It took a couple extra days. They ordered one that had the seal with it. So let's put this engine back together and see if we can get it running with the old new Powerfist parts and probably some brake clean. Everything's back together. Lines are all plumbed in. Spark plug's back in. I didn't actually have a replacement one, so I had to put that kind of junky looking one back in. I scraped it up with a wire brush, so that should, do it. Got everything in place there. Just checking, it looked like it might be leaking at that seal. I can't imagine it would be. There's oil in it, not that much, that it would come up to the level of the seal. But I think we're good to go. So there's no kill switch hooked up to this, so I'm just going to put a bit of starting fluid, by which I actually mean brake clean, in and run it off that. That way it won't kind of run away on me, because I have no way to turn it off other than pull the spark plug. But I don't want to do that. So let's see if it goes. All right. Runs. Sounds okay. I'll figure out a kill switch and stuff and give it a proper go.